Hey everyone, it's Megan, Stitching Moon, here for my mid-year WIP Parade on my WIPs of cross stitch. So yeah, this has been a project to gather all of my things together, and it's a little bit of a mess in here, but we're gonna do it. So today is June 21st, first day of summer solstice and all that. So here in Norway, it's the lightest day of the year, and here where I am, the sun will set around like 11:15 and rise around 4 a.m. So not quite the whole time like those in the farther north, but still pretty cool. I have a lot of new subscribers since my kit parade a couple weeks ago, so welcome. Thanks for joining. And I'll probably have some new ones just from a WIP parade because everyone loves a WIP parade. I have 28 WIPs, and most of them are very big projects. So I know a lot of people have more, but these are huge, so that's enough for me. Even though I do have some new starts I want to do, who knows when. I do have some new projects, 2 projects I haven't shown before on my channel, so that's exciting. And before we get into that, I also just want to do a thank you, a very big thank you to one of my viewers and supporters, Gray Mouse, who has been supporting me on my Ko-fi link, which is down below, several times. So I just want to say thank you so much. I so appreciate it. So generous of you. So yeah, we can get into it. I'm going to do my new things first. So let's see. Oh, these are in no particular order, except for my 2 new ones. Then I was gonna do them in order from oldest to newest, but it was just too much for me right now. Also, heads up, I'm not gonna really get into like how many stitches or the numbers or anything because just too much right now with everything going on. So I'm just gonna show you the WIPs, what they are, where I'm at. Okay, so my first new one is from Historical Sampler Company, and it's called A is for Arc. I know there's a little shadow there in the picture, but yes. So you can see it's a baby sampler, and that's because I'm pregnant. And yeah, I'm due in October, so I'm about 5.5 months pregnant now. So I had to get this, and I want to thank Helen for sending me this because I found this in the UK. That's where the Historical Sampler Company is, and she has offered to send me some things if I find something in the UK that, like, if I bought this, I would have to pay shipping plus the tax, income tax, like coming in to the country if it's over a certain amount. So she was like, you can just ship it to me and I'll send it to you. So it's a lot less postage, and if she sends it as a gift under a certain value, then there's no tax on it. So very generous. Thank you so much for doing that. And yeah, so I actually picked out this pattern before I knew the gender, because I was like, well, I just really like it, even though it is a little more masculine, but it could work for a girl too. You could just change this to a different color if you wanted, a pink or a red or something. But turns out it is a boy. So yeah, this will work out perfectly. And it's nice because it's actually using a lot of fall colors, and he's gonna be born in fall. I'll show you where I'm at. Where is it? Oh yeah, up here. So this one I've been working on, and I haven't been very active on Instagram because I wanted to like wait to announce it here. So they were kind of secret stitches, but here's where I'm at. So yeah, and I got the A for Arc. I just have to finish up the water a little bit down here. So it is gonna take a while. Ooh, I know, oh, sorry, there's like shadows, and it's kind of a gray day. There is a window in front of me, but hopefully it won't be too bad. I still have to rip out, like, up here, this G is like 1 stitch too high, so I'm gonna go back and just change that. And this actually came in a kit. So it is a linen, 32 count linen. Does it say on here? No, it doesn't say, but it's just, yeah, neutral color linen. Oh, I'm sorry for that shadow. That's annoying. Yeah, so I'm a little out of breath because, you know, stomach's getting bigger and all of that. But yeah, I can show you my little bump if you want. I don't know if this will show up well. Maybe I'll move the camera back a little. But yeah, I can see it a little. It actually looks bigger in like real life, but when I look down, it's pretty big. And this pregnancy is very different from my last. I have a 3-year-old girl, and that was a lot easier. Part of it, you know, I was younger, but also my situation changed so much. And if you've watched my channel before, you know that I've had a job change from a sit-at-home computer job to a very physical job in healthcare, and that was in March. So needless to say, that's been tough. Just not being used to it, and then obviously being pregnant, that's why I've been so tired lately. Yeah, just an additional load, I guess. But I am lucky that here in Norway, they're very supportive about making adjustments as you need it. You get a lot of support, so that's really nice. Yeah, so I've also been like more nauseous in this pregnancy, even now. And it's not nearly as bad as some people have it, but yeah, so if I don't like eat for a while, then that's not gonna happen. So hopefully I don't have to pause this video to get something to eat. Depends how long it is, we'll see. But the other thing that I think it's kind of strange, because my first pregnancy, that's actually when I got back into cross stitch, because I really wanted to make a blanket for my daughter, and I had done cross stitch years and years before, and one of them was actually a baby sampler that I just put my own stuff on because no one I was going to make it for, and I was like, oh well, maybe I can do one now for my daughter. So I did that, and then I just, like, my love of cross stitch again just ramped up, and I was obsessed, and I made her a sampler, birth sampler, and it just took off from there. But in this pregnancy, it's kind of the opposite, where I think it might be because I feel a little queasy that looking at something so close and small, just like, I don't know, it's not calling to me as much, even though I really want to work on things and I want to stitch more. It's just, sometimes I'm just not feeling it. It just feels like a little tough right now, which I'm hoping will improve after the pregnancy. But then again, I'm gonna have a newborn and a 3-year-old, so we'll see how much stitching we get done. But needless to say, that has changed my plans from the beginning of the year, where I really wanted to focus on my oldest WIP and get that done. And I did that most of the year, but now I'm like, well, I really want to focus on the stuff for the baby so I can finish it before he's like 5 years old, or older, and that's going to be tough. But now I'll show you my next new start, which was the blanket for him. And this one will look like this. Yeah, that shadow was annoying. So I love this, it's so cute. And it is by Tobin Home Crafts. Oh, that's weird. I feel like I got it on like a design work site. Maybe not. No, maybe I didn't. But anyway, I hadn't heard of this company before, and I have to say, I'm not really a fan of how they did it. It's a stamped quilt, but the printing on it, like when you go over the quilting squares, the X's are like so misaligned and it's hard to follow. I don't know, my X's don't look great, so I'm really not wanting to do it much, which sucks because obviously I want to get it done and there's a lot of stitching in here. So we'll see how it goes. The other thing I'm not happy about with it is that it uses 3 strands, whereas my other one used 2, so I could do a front loop start, which made it easy to go through the not through the fabric on the back, like under between the fabric on the back so it wouldn't show on the back. But this one, I just don't see how, like I feel like I'm not able to secure it because I can't see if I'm securing the thread or not in the back. And it just seems harder to do that. So I unfortunately have to go through the whole thing and you can see everything on the back, which is not what I wanted. But I'll show you what I got so far. It's not very much. It's very big and I love the material. It's very soft. And I'm up, that's all I've done so far. Up there. Oh, I'm so sorry for that shadow. I wonder if I move my camera, if it'll be better. A little bit better. Let me try, hold on a sec. Let me try turning off this light. I don't know if that's doing anything. Sorry, my whips are all in the way, just hold on. Okay, let's just see. I don't even know if that was making the shadow or not. No. Okay, I don't know. It's something from the window. Anyway. I will try and maybe if I angle it this way. A little better. Yeah, it's more on the side now at least. No, it's not. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. It's my, you know what it is? Duh. It's my stand for my camera because it's in front of the window. Okay. Yeah, so if you can see, like, the stitches are, it's not like, there's a lot of gaps in between them. And then on the back, I started in the first part not going through, but it was really tedious and tough, and I don't even know if I secured my stitches. So yeah, it's just gonna show through. But still made from the heart, made with love. He'll still like it, I hope. But then I'll show you my daughter's because that was a lot better. And I think this was Dimensions. It was actually cheaper too. But this one was a lot easier and I had a lot of fun on this one. Yeah. But on the back you can see only a couple times I went through the thread, but yeah, that's how I wanted it to be. But oh well. Ooh, well. Oh yeah, I wanted to put my whips that I already showed you over there so I don't get them all mixed up. So I don't know when I'm gonna get that done. I have to definitely change my rotation, but I also want to make sure I'm getting all of my things done. Sorry, don't want that to fall behind the couch. Some of the back stitch in there though is kind of coming out, but you know, you have to wash it and stuff. Babies get stuff on it. Okay, so I guess I'm just gonna grab stuff and yeah, just do it. So the next one is a full coverage. It was my first full coverage, called Children on the Beach by Cross Stitch Collectibles. And speaking of kids, I did this one because we had this growing up hanging on the wall, and this little baby always looked, well, it looked like me when I was a baby, and it looked like my daughter when she was a baby, so I had to do this one. And I got quite a ways on this when I was focusing on it last summer, pretty much. So I got a full Q-snap, and then I pulled it out recently because it was pretty easy to do just the sky. There's not a lot of confetti. And now these lines are not like the stitch lines, it's from the Q-snap, which I definitely have to use felt from now on, so I don't get those lines. I'm hoping it'll come out when I wash it and iron it. But I love the rocks and her head. The shine in her hair looks so good. I love it. I was going to come down and like do this part next, but, and I started to, but I didn't leave enough here, so I would need to do this like border in hand, so then I can do the Q-snap again. And I know you can like sew fabric on, like some people have suggested, but I can't be bothered. I'm lazy. But yeah. So I'm working over here now, which is nice and relaxing, soothing colors, and it's pretty easy. It's on an 18 count Aida, but it's not super huge. That's the size, exactly the size I wanted it to like frame and hang up. Yeah, I really like that one. Of course, you know, I like them all. Okay, that's done. They're not even all gonna fit on this chair over here when I'm done. I'll put that in here. Oh, and these are all such a mess too because I don't have many project bags. So most of them are in like big Ziploc bags. Others are in like shopping bags. Some I don't even have a bag for yet, but I've ordered some like other kind of plastic bags online that I can keep them in, but they're kind of a mess. Okay, this one's right here. We'll do this one next. Didn't get much progress on this, even though I started it over a year ago. But this one is also Cross Stitch Collectibles. Cafe Terrace, and it's the artwork from Van Gogh. And it's the smaller size. They have different sizes on their website. Love that image. And I did pull this out because of oh my god, my mind, I'm sorry, pregnancy brain, we can blame it on, but Bohemian Stitcher, I think, yeah, pretty sure. I'll link her below as well. She started Fine Arts Friday, hashtag Fine Arts Friday, so you can stitch on, you know, a classic famous painting really any day of the week, but you know, it sounds good on Fridays. And that made me pull this out, even though it was only a couple times because things have just been hectic. So here is where I'm at. There's a lot of confetti in the beginning. I'm doing this 2/1 tent stitch or half cross on 25 count. So just in the upper left corner is where I start my projects. I like doing diagonal stitching, and in some of them, well, I noticed in the half cross, I'll follow the diagonal, like the whatever symbol is next in the diagonal, but then I'll finish off where that thread goes within reason. But I noticed for my full cross ones, I just stick to the diagonal and park. So I'm not sure why that is, but it works for me. Okay. This one's a little hard to get the paper back in, but I do want to keep them somewhat together, or this is just going to be a nightmare to do after. And my husband is in shopping with my daughter right now. It's kind of a far away town, but I want to get it all done in a way before he gets home because he might freak out. Okay, I'm just gonna fold it because I can't deal with trying to squeeze that in there right now. Okay. That's that one. Let me finish up this side first. Okay, this one, if you've been watching me, you've seen this quite often, and it is my Advent animals that I've been really trying to focus on because I wanted to get it done this Christmas, but who knows now. All right, and I've got 16 of them done. I'm on my 17th now. Oh, look at that. I'm very proud of my progress because I started this past December on her. So I did all of this year. And it helped that I'm doing it with Stephanie, the On Point Stitcher. And we're at the same spot right now. So we're both trying to get it done. I hope I can keep up. Let me just show you up close. Oh, again, oh, the shadow's so annoying. I'm gonna try that. No, the less, yeah, I'll just go this way so you can. See them all. And of course you could do these individually as little ornaments or pillows. And they all have cute little names. And there is, if you're doing this on Instagram, there is a hashtag Advent Animals Sal. And I think there's just an Advent Animals as well, so either one. Oh, look at, I haven't shown this giraffe on here yet. I love this one. This is definitely one of my favorites. Gigi Giraffe. So cool. And I started on the next one. I think it's called Hamilton Horse. So maybe next time I'll have them done. So this is also kind of like an update video because I haven't done a regular update in like over a month, but obviously you can see my progress now. Oh, I think I lost my needle on that one. We'll see. Where was this? Oh, and that's on the called for fabric, which is a 28 count Babbling Brook Jobelin. I really like that fabric. We're working on it. My X's look really good. Yeah, that's like my favorite linen, I think, to stitch on so far. Is it a linen? I don't know if Jobelin is a linen or something of its own, but I like it. And I'm just doing the DMC conversion. There's also some specialty threads you can use. Okay. This one, another one of my old ones. That is the Gulliana sampler. Pardon my really crinkled papers here, guys. This is a shop on Etsy, Gulliana cross stitch. And this one is based on the year 2020, mostly things about COVID, and also I think it's the artist or designer is Australian, so there's the fires in Australia represented, but they're all like hidden, or they're supposed to be hidden in the pattern, but I chose to do it in like the hidden things in a different color so they kind of stand out. So those are the highlighted things, the hidden things. So I am doing this one on 16 count Aida. And here's where I'm at. I did the whole border. It was a great travel project because there's only 2 colors. And the colors aren't coming out so well here. The purplish is like the background. And let me just see if I can turn on this light again. Maybe that, because now I think it's getting a little more cloudy out. Okay. So let's see if that's better. A little bit. And I can actually tell you right now, because I actually have the DMC with me, so I can tell you what colors. The purple is the 3740, and the red is 221. So, love how it's coming out. It looks so cool. But I've done, this represents keeping 2 meters apart, 2 of those. The COVID molecule down here, a lock and a key. Now I was like, oh, maybe it's the key to a solution, but then one of my viewers was like, well, it might be because of lockdown. I'm like, that makes sense. So yeah. And then over here is the kangaroo, and then there's, I didn't do it yet, but there's like some fire gonna be down there. So yeah, Australian fires and things, but I love, love, love the look of that. This is my 3rd restart of this one because I just did not know how to count my fabric apparently, and I did it too small. Okay. Next, let's do this one. It's a kit, an RTO kit. Okay, I'm stuck to the... All right, this one is called Forest Heartbeat. I've got a lot of RTO kits, but this is the only one I'm currently doing, and I'm really enjoying it. Easy to follow, even though they have a lot of blends. It's nice, and I don't know, my stitches, again, I just like how they're coming out on this one. And here's where I'm at. It's on a 14 count Aida, and I'm really loving how her face is coming out. I really also love the trees, how they fade into the background, and all the different, like how the colors look there. Love that. It is tedious to do her hair, and it's going to be tedious to do the gray wolf, but I think, yeah, it's going to come out really good. And the trees just remind me of Norway, where we live. They have, just looks just like that. This one's actually in a project bag that okay, a little tight, but I won it in a Instagram giveaway from Amber, Rogue Mama Stitcher. And in the inside, it's like a Mickey pattern. It's really cute. Okay, then this one is one of my own little designs, not one that's in my shop. I just did it for me. Because it brings back memories of during my internship in Boston, because I rode on the subway called the T every day. And what I did was I charted it, and I only included the stops that actually had meaning for me. It's still a lot, but I'll do those in backstitch. Simple, just a few colors, and it's on a 22 count Aida, and I'm doing it 1/1. I mean, it's kind of boring stitching, so I don't have that much on it, but I'm on the red line. That's the one I took to my internship every day. And have the little white. I'm gonna go back and fill in those little dots, if you can see them in white after. And it's Pattern Keeper compatible, which is nice, but you know, not much to look at right now. All right, what is next? All right, we'll go here. These are part of the Zodiac Girls series by Nora Corbett, and this is Scorpio, my sun sign. I have all the patterns. And I plan to do me and my daughter's sun sign, moon sign, and rising sign. So yeah, that'll be cool. I'm kind of like happy that I'm having a boy, so I don't have to do these like all again. Maybe I can do a little more like masculine version for him, because I don't like stitching the same thing twice. I like won't do it, so that's good. But yeah, I also, if you are at all interested in astrology, I have some videos like back when I first started on going through these patterns and a little bit about astrology and like just how my interpretation of how you can see like the archetypes of the signs in the patterns. So I swear this was a restart as well. And I can show you both because I'm not sure which one I like better. I mean, I love the fabric on my restart. I thought it was just like more pop and like this one. Well, I don't know. Maybe this one I will do both and see which one I like better, because I don't know. But I was having a really hard time on this first linen I was messing up so much. But this is the first start that I'll show you. And that was on the called for linen. And I think it was hard because the skin I started on, it's blending into the fabric, obviously. So it was a little more hard to see. But I do think the dress would look nice, her hair. So I kept it just in case. It's on 32 count cafe mocha, French country mocha. Yeah, the one that's pretty common. Very neutral. And I'm doing this with both, I'm doing it with the called for like DMC and Karen Water Lilies. And this is the new one. I love the fabric, but I'm worried her dress is gonna blend in. Her skin really pops on it. But this is from XG Design. And it's an opalescent 32 count. Why can't I think of the name? Can't think of the name right now, but look how pretty it is. And there's a lot of it. Like she's gonna have, yeah, plenty of room. So here's where I'm at. Pretty much, well, I did do some more of her dress, pretty much the same place though as I am the other one. So we'll see. And it's the Karen Water Lilies that you do her dress in are variegated, so I can kind of pick colors that will stand, or the parts of it that will stand out better on the fabric. So I don't know. This one might be a do both and compare. I don't know, but we'll see. Before I maybe do the rest on a fabric like that, because if I like it better on the other one, I'll just do the other ones in that as well. We'll see. Let me know which you guys like better. Okay, next is a pretty new one that I don't have the paper of what it's going to look like for, because it's a mystery stitch along. There are quite a bit out, but I haven't had a chance to print it out yet. So it is called the Goddess Stitch Along from Witch's Garden Crafts. Again, I love this fabric. It's from the Stitchy Ferret, another opalescent, and I think, yeah, it's 14 count Ada. And it's gonna be dark goddesses. And yeah, it's gonna be like these are gonna be the borders like all the way. I like how the colors are popping on that one. And she also gives you descriptions like of each goddess and kind of what they represent and some of the mythology behind it, which is nice. There's no way I'll ever keep up with stitch alongs, except for the Advent Animals one so far. Can I find, there is a companion to that one, maybe if I can find it quick. Yeah, right here. Also a stitch along by Witch's Garden Crafts that was last year, so I have the printout. And it's the Tarot Sal. when they first started coming out with the cards, I wasn't too crazy about the colors and things. But when I see it all together, I do really like it. So I believe it's the Major Arcana. I'm not like very familiar with tarot, but all right, this is another 14 count Ada Opalescent. And I wanted to do them both in that so they would kind of be a matching pair. But so far I've just done parts of the border. So not much, but I love this fabric. It's called Daguerreotype and it's by Witch's Garden Crafts. It was made especially for this stitch along. And actually the other one was made especially for the stitch along as well. There's two different types of frames you could choose from on this one. And I chose this as the ornate frame. And they have a modern frame as well. Which most people did that one, but I liked this one. What do we have here? Oh, another stitch along, which actually I need to restart, but I haven't done the restart yet because I just needed a different fabric where it would actually like stand out more, because to me it's all about the moons, and the moons just weren't sticking out on the fabric I chose originally. But I'll show you where I got to. It's about, well, it has every month they released a moon that represented that month of the full moon, like, because they're all called something different and represent something different. So, and again, she sends like a description of what each of them are. And then the 13th moon is from the years there's a blue moon. So yeah, that's an extra. But oh, it's from Little Stitches, I believe, on Etsy. And a Little Stitcher Shop. Well, if you want to know, just message me, because I'm not going to link every single thing down below because it's a long list. And again, I'm short on time and energy. But yeah, this is where I got so far. This is the January moon, the wolf moon. So, I mean, it still looks good because the what do you call them? Like the images in them stand out really well, but the moons don't pop as much as I wanted because it is, you know, a moon project, and it kind of looks like an overcast gray day. It doesn't really look like the night. So I decided to restart, and I'll just use this, cut off the fabric and use the rest for something else. It's a printed fabric called Dark Sky, 28 count, even weave. Okay, so I'll show you the fabric that I'll eventually restart it on, which I'm so excited. I think it's gonna look really nice with the moons. Look how that will be. And I think even though the other colors are dark in it, I think because a lot of them are just like in front of the moon, I think they'll still turn out well, I hope. This one is a 16 count Ada, but it's super soft. It doesn't, I wouldn't have guessed this is an Ada actually, called Mystic. A little bit of modeling in there. So again, I can compare them once I get started. Ziploc bags. Okay. This is the one. is from Owl Forest Embroidery. I'm sure you've seen this. It is 100 owls and it's a free pattern, but I ended up getting the kit with their specialty floss and the fabric. Haven't worked on this in a while either, but I love it. It's so pretty. So pretty with their threads. And here it is. Those owls need faces. But I got that whole middle one done. So I've got some of the bigger ones done, and I know there are 100 of them and I've only got one finished. But the others are small, or a lot of them are small. And the way they do their patterns is very strange. You cut out like different sections, but they also include other like parts of the other sections there. So that's why there's some random things on the edge. But I don't know if you can see the variegation. It's on a 32 count limestone. Like, oh, now if I go up close, there's gonna be shadows, but yeah, I really like that variegation. I'm not trying to make it a certain way, I just stitch it. Okay. Then I have an Earth Design full coverage. And this bag was from Kaylee 10 Stitch, who has a shop, thesewingshop.ca. This one is called Together. Artwork by Jim Warren. Oh, yeah. And this one I'm stitching for my husband and I. I don't know if you saw the little house back there, like that nice house. Maybe their dream house they're going to. And this one I had focused on a lot last winter, so I have a full Q-snap done, but I haven't really done anything since. But I'm doing this on 25 count, 1/1 full cross. And it really looks good, even though it's dark colors, not much detail, but I love the lighting and the colors, just how they blend together. It looks so good. I'm getting into the lighter colors down there. And over here is part of like the coloring where the house comes in over here. So I think my plan is to work over across. No, was it? Maybe it was down. No, because I'm sick of the tree. So I wanted to go across and do some of that. Yeah. And then I'll get some of the path and the moon in there next time, I think. And I do want to work on this some more, of course. I think it was about maybe 11–12% done, something like that. It's a biggie. Yeah, so anything that you want to know about these things, just message me. Put this here. Okay. Oh, another one from, well, this is actually a pattern from Kaylee 10 Stitch, and she sent this pattern to be as a test, which I'm sorry, I'm very behind. It is, oh no, I don't have a picture of it, but you might have seen it if you've seen Suki the Brown-Eyed Stitcher. She recently finished it, so you can definitely see it there. But it is Nomi's, and I haven't done much. Is that, oh, I have to figure out the right way. I think that's part of his beard. I started in the middle. I think this is a 25 count perhaps, light bluish, like icy color, even weave. Just got it at Walmart. 20, oh, yeah, 28. No, that's, sorry. It's in a bag from where another fabric came from, so that's not the actual fabric. Okay, next. Is The Scream by Edvard Munch, charted by Orenco Originals. It's not a very big full coverage, but man, I can only work on those like bright oranges and reds and yellows for so long. But it is colorful, and it's on an 18 count Aida. And there's where I'm at. There was a white border around this one, but I just didn't want to do that, and it would look weird on this fabric, I think. But yeah, it's not too big. And I'm already at, like, this is part of the people that are like in the background here. So not quite halfway down, but pretty close. And it is like a little more pixelated, but I kind of like it. It's more like a painting, which it is a painting. And this I got because it is, well, a couple reasons. One is it's a Norwegian artist. I'm living in Norway, and I started it last May. So instead of like Mania, I did it like, I only started like a couple things, but by artists who were thought to have bipolar, because, you know, mania, part of bipolar is mania. So just a different take on it. All right. And that was full cross, 2/1. Okay. This one was, I think, my New Year, New Start, maybe. The Blue Flower. By the Blue Flower, sorry. It's the Moonlight sampler by the Blue Flower. And it says, though my soul may set in darkness, it will rise in perfect light. I've loved the stars too fondly to be fearful of the night. And that's why I got it for the, well, one, the moon, stitching moon. I like the moon, and the meaning of the quote there. Now, this was like on a brownish fabric, which I didn't like so much. So I couldn't quite find the fabric I was looking for. I had some in mind, but I'm like, no, that's not gonna work with the colors. So I reached out to Kaylee again, Kaylee 10 Stitch, and she made me a custom fabric that is perfect for this. Okay, I still have the needle and a thread on here. Sorry about that. I'm doing the DMC conversion of this, but yeah, love this fabric. I think the colors, oh, it's gonna pop out so nice. And the night sky, that's exactly how I wanted it. Again, my owls have no faces, apparently. No, wait, am I doing this in just DMC, or do I have, no, maybe I do have, no, sorry, I do have the called for fancy floss. There's some DMC, and then there's like Classic Colorworks and Weeks Dye Works, I think. So there is variegation in there. Yeah, I was looking at it, I'm like, no, that's variegated. It is a big one. Look at that. And it's on a 32 count fabric. And what she did to make it even more like moonish was there's, might be hard to see on camera, very slight, subtle like paint strokes of like white shimmery to make it like the moonlight. So cool. Okay. Next, we have a Dimensions Gold kit that I love the colors in here. Fall Fairy. Oh, love those colors. And it is Ruth Sanderson design, who also has them on Heaven and Earth Designs. So I don't have very much on here. I only did it like a day, I think. And it's on, what's it on? 16 count gray Aida. But it does have a bluishy tint to it. Very stiff Aida, as usual in Dimensions kits. So that's all. But still some pretty colors. So, no, sorry, I was like looking at this, I'm like, that doesn't look the right orientation. Yeah, it's that way. I was like, oh no, I hope it didn't start it on the wrong side, but it does go that way with the tree. So love the blues in here. Oh, and like contrasted with the like oranges, and that's my favorite. All right. Next, another one with an owl. I like the owls. And it is by Lindy Stitches. And what's it called? Tread Softly. And it looks like this. It says, oh, and it's a poem by William Butler Yeats, or part of a poem. But I, being poor, have only my dreams. I have spread my dreams under your feet. Tread softly because you tread on my dreams. And my husband likes poetry, or not a lot of it, but like certain ones, and this just reminded me of him. And it's on a witch elt, very stiff fabric, almost like an Aida stiff. Well, it is, yeah, it's like stiff as almost the ones you get in a kit, but yep. So I got a good ways on that one, and I'm using the called for flosses, so it has some variegation in there. And this one has a face, yay! But yeah, I like the colors. 32 count again. Okay, super stiff. Okay. Ooh, next we have one of my own designs that you can find in my Etsy shop, Stitching Moon Designs. And I still haven't fixed on my sheet actual number of stitches. It's right on the site, but here it's too big. But it's only 45 colors. And this is what it looks like. It's called Villa Lorna. And this is a villa in my town. And I took a picture of it, edited it, gave it some artifacts, and charted it. And I managed to do it in just 45 colors, so it doesn't have that much confetti, which is nice. And there are a few other people stitching this now, so it's really cool. I have other patterns that I've, like, similar to this one, where I've taken pictures from around where I live and, you know, gave them some effects and have charted them. And I also have an artist, a local artist, his artwork is up there too. So I'll link my shop below. And lately I haven't added much to it just because things have been so hectic, but there are so many more I want to chart. So eventually I'll get that going. But things, since I haven't shown a lot here or added a lot to it, like it's been pretty slow on my shop. And of course Etsy still charges fees. So I have to think about maybe pausing it for a little while if I don't get more sales. So we'll see how that goes, because you know, it's going to be busy for a while with a new baby, still having this busy job and having a 3-year-old. So we'll see. But anyway, here is where I'm at. And I finished a Q-snap and I'm starting down. I started another part that you haven't seen yet. And I'm gonna go down because that will just give some variety, some different colors to work on. And yeah, I think for only 45 colors, it is pretty detailed. So that's the size. A little smaller than your average, like Heaven and Earth design. I'm doing it 2/1 tent stitch on my 25 count. It looks like a watercolor. It's fun to work on. And I have charted this for somebody without the background because they used their own fabric, so they were just stitching the house. So if you're interested but don't want to do all the background, then reach out and I can get that for you. Okay. Oh, and this is a bag from Alara, and I love it. She made it for, she knows I like, you know, the moon and astrology, so she put that astrology fabric on it, and I love the inside. Oh, the sparkly moon and stars. And I just love how the bag is designed, like it's the stiff kind that you can like just carry around, and it also comes with a strap. So if you want to make it portable, easy to do. Okay. Oh, let's not forget this one. This is my biggest one. The one with the most work too, because it was like 70 blends. So this is the famous Home in the Mountains by Golden Kite. And it's of Rivendell from Lord of the Rings, and it is gorgeous. And you can see the shadow maybe blocking it, but there's a bridge over here where the Fellowship is crossing. And oh, love it. It is going to take forever to do, and I just have not really had much steam to work on this lately, again, because I think that how I'm feeling just kind of queasy. And it's like, just kind of work, like I have to focus to do this project because I've been I tried to do it like watching TV at the same time, and I messed up pretty bad. I'm trying to just like fudge it now, and you can't really tell, but yeah, I can't do that. So I have to kind of focus on this. Oh, but I'm at like just over 1% now. Sorry, there's a little thread on it. Okay. And that's pretty good for something of this size. Look at, I love it, I love it. The work is worth it. The softness of it, and yet the detail of it, the colors. And it's down here somewhere. I like messed up the placement of some things, but I'm just going with it. Yeah, lots of people are working on this. And it's 2/1 tent stitch on 25 count. That's my go-to. But yeah, it's 700 by 495 stitches, so it's got 346,500. So it's not like a max super size or anything like that. You have different options too on the site of what you can get. This is the standard, which is the biggest. You can also get it without blends. So, and they have a mock-up, so you can like check which version you like better. And there's some smaller ones. Okay. Now we just have what's on my chair. Here is my oldest WIP that has been a focus most of the year. I did take it out quickly last night. It is a kit by Designworks, a favorite of all you guys. Queen of Silk. And big one, but I love her kimono and her dragon tattoo. Sorry for the glare. I did make a lot of progress on this year compared to where it was. I'd basically just done the tree, not even the full tree actually. So I got a lot. Here she is. And I've heard, yeah, people were like, oh, it seems like a lot of confetti, but it's actually not bad if you're used to full coverage at least, but because there's not a ton of colors. So sorry, gonna sneeze. Excuse me. But that looks like a lot of confetti, but it's not too bad if you're used to full coverage. Now it does have sparkles, some gold in there, which is not, it does not pick up the sparkle on camera. And it's also gonna have beads in it. I'm just working my way down, and then I'll go back up to the top in 10 by 10 columns. Some of her tattoo, and I'm doing the back stitch as I go. This is like the wing of one of the birds or cranes. And what I did last night actually was backstitch these flowers, which I did make a mistake in the flowers. Like there's some extra flowery things that aren't supposed to be there. So I just did the best I could with the backstitch around it. Like the one right up here looks a little messed up, but oh well. The colors are a little bit washed out in the lighting, but still pretty colorful. And where's that little birdie? Down here, little bird. So that one is cool, very big. It's still gonna take a lot of work. Oh, my eye is itchy. So I'm not gonna get this done this year, but I did make a lot of progress on it. I did run out of threads on this one, and I contacted the company who sent me some more. Took a long time, but also not all of the colors were correct even when they sent it. So I'm just gonna have to pull from my stash. All right. The mountain's getting big over there. Next, I got a good bit of work on this year as well. It's a Gecko Rouge kit. She wanted the rainbow. I love the colors in this. And also the saying, she wanted the rainbow, so she put up with the rain. So pretty. And it's on a 18 count Ada. So got to some of the words, which is exciting. It was a lot of confetti in the top corner, but now that I'm in the blues and the words, it's like not bad. 2/1 full cross. Not too big. It came with a matching needle minder, but I do not recommend their needle minders because they're so weak. My needle always falls off, even when it's on the back. Okay, Another Gold Dimensions kit, but it's a petite. Kiss for Snowman. So cute. Reminds me of my daughter. Oopsies. I love how this one's coming out. Even it doesn't even have backstitch in it yet, and I love the dimensions and detail of it. Like the lighting. And the background is some full cross, mostly half cross blends and stuff. Got the little girl's arm glove right there. Some of her hat and face is coming in. Oh, I love it. Look at his hat and his nose. So cute. $18 count. 8 up. Oh, the picture. Okay. Man, oh, I think only a couple left. All right. What is this one? Oh yeah, a relatively new start by the Prairie Schooler. 3 Billy Goats Gruff. And this I'm doing for my daughter who loves this story. I say it to her every night that I put her to bed. Trolls are so popular here in Norway. It's like part of their legend and history of, well, not their actual history, but you know, their legends and myths and stuff. And the Billy Goats Gruff is definitely a part of that. But it says 3 Billy Goats Gruff, trip, trop is how you say it in Norwegian. And then snip, snap, snout, this tale's told out. And they have their own version of it in Norway. But yeah, it's so cute. And you can also do this version as well. So maybe I'll do that version for my son. And it's on all the called for. This is a lamb's wool, 32 count. Yeah. Not very far. Just one day, I think, yeah. Top of the Billy Goat's head. But I love this needle minder. So pretty. It's from Nana, the Crafty Shield Maiden here on Flosstube. And she's also Norwegian. Oh, is this my last one, I think? Oh, it's very crumpled, whatever it is. Oh, yeah. And this was something I was focusing on until I switched my focus out for the Home in the Mountains. But this is Artisy San Fran. Artwork by David McLean. I love Victorian houses. And these are the painted ladies in San Francisco. But I love how this has just like a variety of like the buildings, the houses, the moon, the garden. It's so pretty. And okay, I am a good ways through it. Again, 2/110 stitch on 25 count. These buildings have a lot of confetti. Of course. But yeah, looking good. Yeah, so that is my last WIP. And I was supposed to have some more, like, if you've seen my other videos, I was supposed to start Long Dog Sampler Ragnarok on the 17th of May, Norway's Independence Day, but that didn't happen. Yeah, we'll see. And let's see. Okay. That was my WIP Parade. As you can see, gigantic projects that, yeah, I don't even know if these I can get done in my lifetime. Never mind all the other ones that I have kitted up and the actual kits that you've seen in my last video and all of the million charts that I have. So that's my story. I really don't need to buy anything else, do I? But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Oh, I do want to talk a little bit about my, hopefully, plans going forward, at least until baby is born. So I want to focus obviously on his things and still get to my other WIPs because I'm going to get really tired of just doing those. So what I think I'm going to do is do a day of one of his things, like either the blanket or the sampler, alternated by a day I pick a random WIP of one of my other WIPs. So, and that could include a new start, depending on, I have that on my random list generator as well. So if it lands on a new start, I could do that. But yeah, I think that's because I really like doing like the variety and just like picking something random. And also, so then say I work on the blanket one day, then I'll do a random project the next day, then I'll do the sampler the next day, random one the next day, blanket, yeah, so on and so on. So I hope, excuse me, I hope to be able to do that. Yeah, so that is the plan. I don't know when I'll have another update video, but if I stick to that plan, I think I'll be more excited to do an update video because right now it's just been so erratic. And I've been like just kind of pulling out things that I either have the energy for, things that are right there within reach. And I don't get a ton done on them. So I've been kind of like not very active on Instagram lately and just haven't felt like doing like a regular update. But hopefully if I have like a set more routine, I'll be able to do that more. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this and I'll see you sometime soon, hopefully. All right, bye.